Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? It's a beautiful sunshiny day. I think it is a little bit chilly, but the sun is there. So hopefully you can experience that, feeling the sun on your cheeks and your skin. I hope everybody's doing well. I've had a rough couple days here in Canada. Just sending out lots of prayers and love. How are you guys doing? So when we're practicing chair yoga, the purpose of the chair is to support the joints of the body, so we can really bring our focus to the muscles which we're trying to stretch and tone. And when we have that healthy muscle tissue, it helps to support the structure. So chair yoga is great for people that have chronic pain, arthritis, anything that affects their mobility. So when we pair the breathing and the movement together, then the body responds in a very positive way. So the chair is an asset for support for the joints, and actually you can get into some of the poses a little deeper with the support of the chair. So sitting towards the edge of your chair, bringing your hips right to the edge of the chair, so there's space between the back of the body and the chair. Pelvic tilt is engaged. We're lifting long. Take your shoulders down away from your ears. And I encourage you to do that throughout the day, just telling yourself, I need to relax my shoulders, relax my jaw, just be at ease. So this movement, or this breath that we're going to do this morning, is movement, and what it's doing is building our energy, right? So we have a long day in front of us, so we want to be able to have enough energy to get through the day. So having said that, if you need to nap, you go right ahead. Okay, so just letting your shoulders relax, let your jaw be unclenched, and just bringing your arms beside the body. So if you need a little bit more work, you're going to elevate them right up to the height of the shoulders. If you need a little bit less, or if you have shoulder issues, just bring your arms a little lower. So what we're going to do is take a deep breath in. We're going to lengthen our arms behind us, and as we exhale, we're rounding the spine. The hands are coming together in front of the body. Breathing in, we're going to open back up. So there's lots of fluid movement. The arms are moving, the torso is moving. So we're just bringing that movement into the body. So let's start to breathe deeply, taking a deep breath in as you reach the arms back and arch the spine. Exhale, you're coming forward, chin comes to the chest. You can already feel by that fourth or fifth breath the energy building in the body. You might even start to feel lightheaded a little bit. If you do, then slow it down a little bit. Breathing in and opening up the body, opening, stretching the shoulders. Exhale, we're rounding. So we're just bringing movement into the torso, the arms, the shoulders, the neck, the upper back, and we're just kind of letting the body know we're going to do something more dynamic. So just continue to breathe, breathing in fully and deeply as you open up. Exhale, you're coming forward, chin comes to the chest. Let's just do one more. This feels so good. And then as you come to that seated position, just letting your arms come down beside the body. You can already feel that awakening in the shoulders, in the upper body. You can feel your circulation has increased. So just with your arms at the side of the body, we're just going to point our fingers to the floor. We're going to keep this length in the torso, keeping nice and tall with that pelvic tilt. And we're just reaching side to side. So feeling the activity in the abdominal muscles as you lift into the center, right? So you're breathing into that center position, exhaling in either direction. Breathing into the center, exhaling up to the opposite side. So feeling those abdominal muscles working. So if you have a pelvic tilt engaged and the shoulders slightly back, you'll feel the lower and the upper abdominal muscles working. Just continuing to breathe, and we're going to let that go. So we're going to take our hands together in front of the body. We're going to just bring them to the thighs, just a little bit of space between your feet and your knees, still having your hips towards the edge of the chair. pelvic tilt, length, shoulders down. So breathing in fully. As you exhale, you're going to lengthen forward. So you're just bringing your belly in between your thighs. If you don't have a belly, you're not going to experience that. Thankfully, I do. I got two. Okay, so pelvic tilt, lifting long. Here we go. Take a deep breath here. Come on forward. Feeling your crown stretching into the room. Drop the hips back. Breathe in. Lift yourself back to that seated position, maintaining length in the spine as you come forward. Once you're in that forward position, dropping the hips back, just to notice that how that accentuates that stretch in the lower back. Pushing into the feet, you're lifting back up to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, you're just folding forward. Inhale up, exhale, coming forward. Feeling the crown stretching into the room. Breathing it at your own pace, moving according to the breath, right? The breath is kind of deciding. We're going to come back to that center position, re-engage that, lengthen the body, drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. Here we go. We're going to take our attention to that right shoulder. I want you to lift it up towards your ear. Then we're going to fold forward, and we're bringing that right shoulder down towards our left knee. So breathe, feeling the opening in the back of the body, stretching the lower part of the body because we have that pelvic tilt engaged, opening up the upper body because we're folded forward with that shoulder moving towards the knee. As you lift back to seated, that shoulder comes up to the ear, drop it down, re-engage that pelvic tilt. We're going to lose that pelvic tilt with every movement. So we're constantly restructuring the body. Hands to the thighs. Lift that left shoulder up towards your ears. Give yourself a little smile. And we're going to take that shoulder over towards that right knee. Oh my God, your body is loving this. Drop your hips back towards the chair. I know you're breathing because you've heard me tell you 7,000 times. Breathe. When we come up, the shoulder moves up towards the ear. We're going to roll it back and down. You guessed it. We're going to rebuild that structure in the spine. That right shoulder comes up towards the right ear. We're going to fold it forward, reaching the body forward. So if you feel like you want to come down into a full forward bend and bring your torso towards that thigh, you go right ahead. But just check to make sure your hips are dropping back towards the chair. Breathe here. Lifting up and out, that shoulder comes to the ear, roll it back and down, recreating that structure. Your body, like we haven't hardly done anything and your body's already feeling good. It loves to move. That left shoulder comes to the ear, rolling it over towards that right knee. Breathing here, feeling the hips dropping back to the chair. Take that deep breath in, feeling that expansion in the belly, in the chest, in the upper back. Lifting up and out, shoulders down, re-engaging that pelvic tilt. We're going to take our feet and our knees together. So just taking your hands to your thighs, create that length in the torso. Take your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back, and then let them drop down. So that activates the upper abdominal muscles. And we're trying to keep our torso in stillness as much as we can to create that strength in the belly. Just taking your attention down to your feet. We're just going to lift up the front of the feet. Doesn't that feel good? This is my mom's favorite move right here, just lifting her toes. And I'm 100% sure she only does it in chair yoga, even though her body loves it. We're going to drop the toes and lift the heels. And then drop the heels and lift the front of the feet. So you're lifting, we're going to just go back and forth between those points. You're just lifting as high as your body is willing to. Just a tiny movement, but there's a lot going on here. This movement is talking to the knees and the hips, the ankles, the feet, and just saying, you know what, we're going to do something a little bit more dynamic. So just letting that movement go. We're going to take that right knee and lift it up towards the body. So I want you to keep your right foot flexed. And I want you to maintain this structure, right? So we're not lifting and rounding. I almost fell off my chair. We're maintaining that structure as we lift that knee towards the body. So if you need assistance, you're using your hands to help support. If you need more work or you want more, pull that knee right into the body. Make sure that shoulder is down and breathe. We're going to let that release down. Maintaining that structure, we're lifting the opposite knee to the body. If you want a deeper stretch, you're pulling or grabbing a hold of your thigh and pulling that knee towards the body. If not, holding the chair for support, and we're going to lower that down. We're going to take the right knee in again. And this time what I want you to do is lengthen that leg forward. So it's going to come straight out from the hip. If that is an issue, lower the leg. Lift the knee to the body, drop the foot to the floor. Left knee comes in towards the torso. We're going to stretch it forward. So you're lowering that if that doesn't feel good for you to have that elevation. Lifting the knee to the body, drop the foot. Right knee elevates, lengthen that leg forward. Bring the knee to the body. Drop it down. Take a breath in. Lifting the left, straighten it forward. Lifting back to the body and down. Just noticing how that feels. I'm just going to get you to take a little bit of space between your feet and your knees. We're going to roll the torso, so bringing movement into the back of the body. So we're coming forward and then just reaching out in one direction. And then what you want to do is lean back towards the chair and take it to the other side. But I want you to move like you are a sloth. Really take your time. Let your body enjoy this movement. There's a lot going on here, just such a simple little movement, but we're bringing activity into the knees, the hips, obviously the torso. The abdominal muscles are active as we lean towards the back of the chair. Feels good. We're going to change direction. So whenever you're ready to pause, just shifting and moving in the other direction. Nice and slow. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. It's interesting. I've been saying for years that we've been running way too much and we need to slow down. And we're slowed down, all right. I think when we go back, we need to cancel Sunday shopping. Let's just all take the day off. Coming to the center, we're going to take our feet and our knees towards each other. Let's move up to a standing position. And we're going to come to the side of the chair. So I want you to come to the right side of your chair. And we're using the chair for balance and support. If you don't need that, then you're welcome to just stand beside the chair and not use that structure. So we're going to stand with our foot about the length of our foot away from the chair. Then what you're going to do is just take your right foot and cross it over the left. I want you to take your attention to your thighs. Squeeze them together. They love each other. Bring them together. We're going to tighten the glutes, engage your pelvic tilt, and lift the rest of the body long. So we're using the chair for support if you need that. The right palm is going to face away from the body. Woo! Here we go. Breathe in. Bring that arm up beside the ear. Nice and straight with the wrist. We don't want it flopped over. Lengthening the arms, the fingers. So I really want you to focus on lifting up out of the waist, really feeling the side of the body expanding. This is helping to move all those fat cells off the side of the body. I'm not saying that you have that issue. And we're going to fold. So just reaching over to the left. So I want you to check in with your hips and just bring them back into a center position. If they're pushing out to the side, we just want to bring that back to center a little bit. Using the chair for support and balance. If you don't need that, then the arm just resting beside the body. I know you're breathing. Lifting up, reaching over. That arm is glued to the ear. Deep breaths. We're going to come into the center. From that center position, just reaching that arm out to the side of the body. Bring it down beside. We're going to release that right foot beside the left. Let's walk it over to the other side of the chair. So we're coming to the left. This is my left anyway. And we are the length of our foot away from the chair. That left foot's going to cross over the right. Get them thighs together. They're loving on each other. Pelvic tilt, lifting long. Here we go. That left palm turns away from the body. Breathe in. Lift that arm beside the ear. Look at my wrist. I'm going to straighten that out. Breathe in. Feel that lifting, stretching towards the ceiling. The opposite shoulder is relaxed. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, we're going to fold to the side, and we're watching that hip doesn't reach out to the side. We want to keep that a little bit stable. Lengthening that arm, just continuing to reach and lengthen, creating some space in the side of the body. I'm breathing really loudly just so you're cued to continue to breathe. You don't have to breathe this dynamically. But doesn't it feel so good? Our bodies really love this movement. We're going to bring that back to standing, stretching that arm out to the side as deeply as you can before you bring it back down beside the body. Let's move to the other side of the chair again. We're going to do this one more time on each side. So this time when we move in, I want you to Kegel at the same time. Kegel is just clenching those pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so we're the length of our foot away from the chair. The right foot crosses over the left. Thighs come together and love each other. Glutes are active, pelvic tilt nice and long in the spine. Turning that right palm away, breathe in, bring it up beside the ear. You're going to lengthen here, stretching. So this is where you're adding that Kegel, clenching, and it's going to release. Just keep reactivating that Kegel. Lifting long, and then we're just reaching over towards the left, using the chair for support if you need that, watching that the hips don't move to the side. We want to keep that structure. That left shoulder is down away from the ear. Breathe. Woo! Such tiny little movements, but very, very effective. We're going to come back into that center position, slowly release that right arm down beside the body. Let's take it to the other side of the chair. Just shifting over to the left, measuring yourself away from the chair. That left foot comes across the right, the thighs come together, pelvic tilt, creating that length. Turning that left palm away from the body, breathe in, lifting here. That right shoulder is relaxed, lengthening, stretching up, lifting long, Kegel, clench those pelvic floor muscles. Honestly, so beneficial for so many things. Lifting long, reaching over to the other side, breathing. Woo, that feels so good. Just such a tiny little movement, and our body really responds in a very positive way. Our bodies just love to draw that oxygen in and to create that length. All of these movements are supporting all the systems of the body. We're going to slowly release that out. Taking the legs, just giving yourself a little walk. We're going to come behind the chair. So just using the back of the chair for support. What you're going to do is with your right foot, you're just going to take your right toes onto the back of the chair. So you're just lifting your toes onto the chair. Okay, so now we want to build structure. Hips are side by side, pelvic tilt, lifting long. Okay. This is stretching that Achilles tendon. If you feel like you need more, lifting onto the left toes and lean into the chair will deepen that stretch for you. Just feeling that heel kind of grounding down into the floor. Breathing. Shoulders are down. We're going to release that out, letting the feet come back beside each other, just walking from right to left. And we're going to take our left foot, your toes come onto the chair. So this right foot is about the length of 2 of my feet away from the chair. I'm going to take that structure, build the structure, lifting up onto the right toes. If your body is okay with that, if that doesn't feel good, drop that heel down. You're still getting a good stretch in that opposite leg. Woo! Breathing in, bringing that breath down into the belly, and as you exhale, the belly button is pulling back towards the spine to express all the air out of the lungs. We're going to release out, just letting that go, walking from foot to foot. We're going to stay at the back of the chair, but if you know you have lots of flexibility, turn the seat of the chair towards you. Either way, so you can use the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. We're going to stand about the length of our foot away from the chair. Let's find our structure. Watch this. See this? I can lose 10 pounds in 10 seconds. All gone. All gone. Folding forward from the hips, you're taking your hands onto the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. So we want to check in with our structure. Pelvic tilt, lengthening the spine. You're looking towards the chair. That's how you know your head and your neck are in alignment with the spine. We're going to just step back, one large step or two little steps. So now you feel an angle between the heels and the hips and the shoulders and the wrist. And what we're going to do is push our hips beyond the ankles and stretch the arms forward. Please soften your knees if you need to. Looking towards the floor and breathing. Feeling that elongation in the arms. Of course, if you need to soften your elbows, you can. The legs are as long as they can be. Again, if you need to soften your knees, please be kind to those knees. So from here, what you're going to do is take the right hand, just release it from the chair. You're going to reach it towards the left lower leg or left knee, left ankle, left foot. Just depends on your flexibility, okay? You're going to breathe while you're here. Lengthening, lengthening. If you need deeper, if you fold that left elbow, that will deepen this for you, and you'll really get a good stretch down the back of the legs, down the back of the body. The breath is moving in and out. Releasing that right hand, we're going to bring it back to the chair. We're going to lengthen again. Arms are long, legs are long. Soften the knees a little if you need that. That left hand is going to leave the chair and come to the outside of that lower right leg. So it can be wherever it needs to be, depending on what your body is feeling. Lengthening that right arm as much as you can. Feel your hips stretching back into the room. Those legs are nice and long. And you are breathing, and you're not clenching your jaw. We're going to take that left hand back to the chair, soften your knees, start to lift the torso, and nice and slow you're going to take yourself back towards the chair. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears as you lift, roll that back and down, just give everything a little shake out. I wish I could see you guys shaking. Anyway, so we're going to face the chair again, we're going to go in, but we're going to do a few different things while we're here. So, finding that structure, pelvic tilt, lengthening the body. We're coming down, folding forward from the hips, hands on the chair. So letting your fingers come off the sides of the chair if you're using the seat. If you're using the back, then you won't have that option. We're going to walk back, so taking one large step or two small steps, dropping the heels to the floor, lengthening the torso, stretching out the arms, stretch out the legs. Please don't feel that you have to have your legs straight. If you need to, soften those knees, let your body do that. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to soften the right knee and lengthen the left leg as much as you can. Just take about 2 or 3 breaths here on this side. Your body loves it. It feels so good. You can feel it in the hip flexors, the glutes, the lower back. We're going to change sides, lengthening the right leg while we soften the left knee and breathe deeply. Woo, yummy. Soften both knees, and we're going to drop our hips down. Arms are nice and long, deep bend in the knees. Then we're going to lengthen the legs as much as we can. Start to lift the torso and just nice and slow, bringing yourself back towards the chair, lifting into standing. Wow, there's a lot of talking. Shoulders towards the ears, roll it back and down. Okay, we're going to come back into the chair. So when you come onto your chair, I want you to take your hips all the way to the back of the chair. So you're leaning into the back of the chair. Take your legs forward. Stretch your arms. So we're going to lean into the back of the chair, take your arms and just reach them back. Keep your chin forward just to protect the neck, stretching your feet long, stretching the arms, reaching the hands. Deep, deep breaths. And we're coming forward, the hands resting on the thighs. We're going to lift our shoulders right up towards our ears, roll that back and drop it down. So we're going to keep our hips towards the back of the chair, and I want you to lift your legs forward. So what you're going to do is flex your feet. So your toes are pointing towards the ceiling, and then we're going to lengthen the feet forward, stretching them long and flexing. Soften the knees if you need to. You can have your legs a little bit lower. You don't have to have that elevation. And just breathing while you move. And we're going to let that movement go. And I want you to roll out your ankles. Oh, that feels so good. It's just such a simple little movement, but it feels so good. Let's go the other way. I feel good, like I knew I would. And I hope you do too. We're going to drop the feet down, lifting long in the back of the body. We're going to take that right knee and lift it towards the torso. I want you to take your hands either around the thigh or around that lower leg. Just bring that knee towards your body. Bring your foot into a flex position. Drop your shoulders down. So what you're going to do here is take your hands and adjust them onto the back of the thigh. If you have lots of flexibility, hook onto your toes. You're just going to bring your leg forward. So you're holding the lower leg, bringing that foot forward, or if you have lots of flexibility, then lengthening with the arm. Softening that, release the hands, lower that down to the floor. We're going to do the opposite side. So lifting that left knee in towards the body, take your hands around your thigh or your lower leg. So I want you to check in with your structure. You're not crunched forward. You are long. You are tall. You are beautiful. Take that knee in towards the body. And then we're going to adjust. So holding that lower leg and stretching the leg as much as you can. If your knee's an issue, please support underneath the knee. If you have lots of flexibility, hooking onto your toes and stretching that leg forward. Breathing, breathing. We're going to soften that knee, release that down. We're going to take our hips towards the edge of the chair. I want you to just bring that structure in, bring your hands onto your thighs and make some space between your feet and your knees, okay? Maintaining this length in the body. That right hand on the right knee, you're just going to slowly drop that right knee in towards the left leg. Take your time because you don't want to injure that knee. If it doesn't feel good, then we don't want to cause injury. Lifting that out, we're going to change sides, dropping that left knee in towards the right leg. Lifting back out. Let's take the right knee towards the left leg. So really pay attention to your knees and let them decide how deeply you can go. You should feel this in the hip flexor. On the right side, we're lifting out and coming back down. Let's take it to the center. So just taking your attention to your hips. And so what I want you to do is lean into that left hip and lift the right hip off the floor. Floor, chair. This is a chair. And we're going to take that leg forward. So you're bringing that hip forward. We're going to bring the hip down and drop it back onto the chair. Lift the other side. Stretch that leg forward. Tiny little movements, but your body loves it. Our bodies love to move. They love to breathe deeply. They love to play. They love to dance. So please celebrate and, enjoy life. Look at what happened. This is a sign. We need to have more fun. We need to be more playful. We need to have more downtime. Let's take that to the center, pelvic tilt, lifting long in the back of the body. We're going to take our torso forward. So bringing your belly down between your thighs. Once you're here, drop your hips back towards the chair. Keep your legs stable. Your heels should be underneath your knees. What you're going to do from here is release that right hand, stretch it into the room. So you're lengthening forward, looking towards the floor. That's how you know your neck and your head are in alignment with the spine. Lengthening that right arm, the hips are dropping back towards the chair. And guess what? You're breathing, you're breathing, you're breathing, you're breathing. Here we go, we're gonna move. So we're gonna elevate. So I want you to lift yourself to seated. We're gonna turn to the right. Drop that left shoulder down. Then we're going to take that right arm and bring it behind the body. So you're just looking out to the right. If you need deeper or your body wants more, turning to look towards that right hand. We are open and ready to receive. We're coming up, so we're going to bring that arm beside the ear. We're going to bring it forward again, and then that right hand retracts back onto the right thigh. Are your hips dropped back to the chair? If not, please drop your hips back again. Looking towards the floor, that left hand leaves the thigh. We're reaching that left hand into the room, really elongating the arm, opening up the sides of the body. The hips are dropping back. You can feel activity in the legs helping to support the upper body. Breathe in. We're going to lift. So from here, you're twisting towards the left. That right shoulder drops down. We're going to lower that left arm down to the height of the shoulder. Pelvic tilt is still engaged and you're breathing. If you need deeper, you're turning to look towards that left hand. Breathe. Enjoy that openness, opening up the heart, ready to receive love, receive joy, receive compassion. We're lifting that left arm up beside the left ear. We're going to fold forward again, lengthening the left arm into the room, dropping your hips back, retract that left hand back onto the thigh, pushing into the thighs, coming to seated. Take your feet and your knees towards each other. So I want you to pay attention to your spine. So we've got our hands on our thighs. We're going to round the back of the body. Bring your chin towards your chest. Feel your shoulders rounding forward, those arms reaching long. Breathe, breathe. When we come up, we're lifting our shoulders to the ears, starting to arch the lower back. Drop your shoulders down, your chest and your sternum coming forward. Keep your chin forward though. We don't want to injure the neck. We want to keep that somewhat forward, but you can lengthen the chin or lengthen the neck to create that openness. Coming to the center position, rounding the spine, chin to the chest, stretching the arms forward. Take a deep breath here. Lifting up and out, shoulders to the ears, rounding the back of the body, drop the shoulders down, unclench the jaw, lifting the chin up and forward. Come into neutral. From that neutral position, just pausing. I want you to close your eyes and just notice how you're feeling. Checking in with the legs and the arms. We still have that pelvic tilt engaged. We're constantly bringing ourselves into that lengthened position. The shoulders are back and down. So here we go. We're going to elevate that right arm. So if you have shoulder issues, take it to where your arm feels okay. Ideally, that arm is at the height of the shoulder. We're going to bring that right arm forward so it's coming in front of the body. Then we're going to take it to the left. So what I want you to do here is either grab the lower arm or the upper arm, as long as you're not hooking onto the elbow, and you're just going to bring that arm, pull it closer to the body. That pelvic tilt is engaged because it's going to help open up this right shoulder. So you're breathing while you're here. Not a big movement. If somebody looking on the outside look in, they can handle it. It's not that difficult, and it's not, but the benefits are really, really profound. We're releasing that open, and when you do, stretching that arm back behind the body, then bring it to the side. Let it drop down. Both shoulders are softened. Notice the difference between the right and the left side of the body. Let's elevate that left arm, stretching it out to the side. The palm is facing into the room, and we're coming across the front of the body. You reach that point where the elbow wants to fold. That's when you hook on with that right hand, either above or below the elbow, not across the elbow, and just holding there. Check in with your hips. Drop that down again and breathe. Oh, your upper back loves this. We hold so much tension in our shoulders and our upper back. Our body really appreciates this breath and movement together. We're going to release that out, so we soften and let that come back to the side of the body, dropping that left arm beside the body. Just roll out your shoulders. Just a tiny little movement, rolling the shoulders. And we're going to roll that in the other direction. And just letting that go. So taking that length back into the spine, we're going to do, this is like the all-time favorite for so many, so I like to do this every class, but we're going to take our right ankle onto our left knee. Now, if your right knee doesn't want to do that, then just take your left foot, bring it into the midline of the body, and cross your right ankle over your left. Ideally, that ankle is to the knee. But if that doesn't feel good, please be kind to your knees. It's such an important joint. We are engaging a pelvic tilt. And if you need to support the knee or the ankle, you can. Take a deep breath. Feel that length in the spine. Folding over top of your folded legs. You can feel this instantly. And I want you to breathe there. That pelvic tilt is still engaged, and when you come forward and you still feel like you need more, but your body's not willing to move forward, just bringing your arms down in front of the legs will help to deepen. Soften your jaw. Take that tension out of the jaw. Every exhalation is an opportunity for you to deepen into the pose. And why do we want to deepen into the pose? Just because your body loves it, that's why. Stretch it out. We chronically have tight hips because we hike and we jog and we run and we speed walk. So we want to stretch it out. We're going to slowly lift back to seated. When you come up, if you have that ankle over the knee, you want to lift your knee towards your body before you drop it back down. Let's do the other side. So that right foot comes into the midline of the body and the left ankle crosses over the right, or we lift that left ankle onto the right knee. So I want you to check in with that right leg. Your heel should be underneath your knee. If it's not, then you need to correct that. Pelvic tilt, lifting long, supporting the ankle and the knee as you need to. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, we're coming forward. And bringing yourself as deeply as you can. Start to breathe deeply. You can really feel that psoas is targeted there. That hip flexor is getting a really good stretch. The lower back, the upper part of the body. Breathing, breathing. And again, if you need deeper, just bringing your arms down in front of your legs. Doesn't that feel so good? It's just so delicious. Your body loves it. And I want you to breathe here. When we come up, we lift. Shoulders to the ears, roll it back and down. Take your hands on either side of that knee, fold it into the body, and let that foot release down to the floor. Let's do that one more time on each side, please. Please, please, please let your hips enjoy this. So the left ankle comes into the midline of the body and the right ankle crosses over, or that right ankle lifts up onto the left knee. Pelvic tilt, nice long spine. Breathe in. Exhale, we're coming down. Oh, feels so good. This one you should be doing every single day, and breathe. So I am coming on live every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. for chair yoga. Please feel welcome to join in. Let your body get some movement. Nice and slow, we're lifting. We're going to take our hands around that knee, lift it in towards the body, and then release it down. Recreate that structure in the body. We're taking it to the other side, so that ankle comes onto the knee, or we cross that left ankle over the right. It really just depends what feels better for you. Making sure that that ankle is underneath the knee. Breathe in, folding forward from the hips, bringing yourself forward, lengthening as much as you can. And once you get there, if you need more still, the arms come down in front of the body. Trying to let that right leg relax if it's holding tension, because we really want to focus on that left hip and feeling that stretch there. And breathing. Oh, so good. Your hips love it. This is great for anybody that golfs, skates, hikes, bikes. This really opens up that area that is just constantly working with that kind of movement. We're bringing ourselves back up to seated. Take your shoulders to your ears, roll it back and down. We're going to fold that knee into the body and then release that foot to the floor. Heels are underneath the knees. Pelvic tilt is engaged, lifting long, taking your attention to your head. Just bringing your chin down towards your chest. just taking your chin as far as you comfortably can, still maintaining length in the back of the body. Then what I want you to do is gently move that left ear over towards the left shoulder. Both shoulders should be relaxed. You should feel a little bit of softness in the shoulders. And breathe. We hold so much tension in the neck. You know, I think sometimes we actually sleep with a clenched jaw and our shoulders up around our ears. So we want to let that soften. There's nothing to worry about. Coming into the center, we're going to take it in the other direction. So that right ear is reaching over towards the right shoulder. So your head is somewhat forward. You're looking towards the floor. Let's take it to the center again, lifting the head, recreating that structure in the body. We're going to drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. So if you need more, if you're holding a lot of tension, if you just bring that left hand down beside the body, you will feel that open up in the neck, the upper back, the shoulder. Isn't that delicious? Just such a tiny little movement, but so magnificent for the body. Come on into the center. We're going to lower that left ear down towards the left shoulder. That right arm moving beside the body if you need that depth. If that doesn't feel good, just bring that right hand back to the thigh. Wherever you are consciously bringing that breath to fill the lungs. Let's move into the center. Pelvic tilt is engaged, lifting long in the body. We're going to turn to look to the right so that chin is reaching towards that right shoulder. Nice and slow coming to the center. We're going to take it in the opposite direction, dropping the shoulders down. Give yourself a deep breath or two here. We're going to come to the center. We're going to take our way to the right again. So taking your chin to the right shoulder. This time what I want you to do is just drop the chin down. So you're just folding your chin forward. Both shoulders are at ease. That pelvic tilt is still engaged. We still have that length in the torso. Breathing here. Lifting the head, turning to the center. We're going to turn to the other side. Drop your chin down. Oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good. Just letting the opposite shoulder relax. Breathe here. Lifting the head, we're coming to the center. Bring your arms down beside your body. We're going to lift the arms. So lots of softness in the shoulders and the arms. And we're going to do some deep breathing, the same deep breathing that we did at the beginning. So as you breathe in, you're going to bring your arms beside the body and bring your torso forward. As you exhale, the hands come together, rounding the back of the body. Your chin comes to the chest. So just breathing in and opening up, ready to receive. Exhale, we're drawing that in, taking it in, bringing it back out into the world, open, ready to receive. Giving and receiving equally. Bring that breath in, the arms come forward. Exhale, we're taking it out to the side. If you want to elevate the arms to the height of the shoulder and make it more dynamic, you can. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, open. We're going to bring that to a close. So I want you to just take yourself towards the back of the chair or just move into a more comfortable position. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Let your shoulders release. Unclench your jaw. Close your eyes if that feels natural to you. If not, just softening your gaze. Let's take our attention to our breathing, drawing that breath in through the nose. You're targeting the lower part of the lungs first and then filling into the chest, feeling everything open and expand. As you exhale, everything softens down. Breathing in, you feel that upliftment of energy. Exhaling, you feel that softness or drawing in. So we're bringing balance into activity and rest. One more really expansive breath, feeling everything expanding and opening. Exhaling, you're softening and releasing, drawing in. And from that quiet space, just letting your breathing transition back to its natural flow. Notice how you're feeling. In your mind, I'm encouraging you to say, I am grateful for this body that carries me through the day. I'm grateful for these knees to help me have agility and move from place to place. I'm thankful for the fluidity of the body. I'm thankful for this flexibility. I'm thankful for the systems that help me to digest, absorb nutrients. Thankful for that oxygen that I bring in to support the systems of the body. I'm grateful for my emotional well-being. I'm grateful that I have the strength to reach out to friends when I need to, when I'm feeling low. I'm grateful that I can turn myself around with a simple smile, encouraging you to just turn the corners of your lips and feel that energy. Notice how it changes. You are a wonderful and dynamic being with so many gifts and abilities, talents, so much to offer the world. Encourage you to be open to receive what the world has to offer you. Be open and ready to give what you have to the world. Taking your hands together in front of the body. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm so grateful that you came. Be kind to yourself as you move through this day. Be kind to others. Sending you much love and deep gratitude. Namaste. Enjoy this life-giving day. Many hugs and kisses. Thank you.